Jesus in the gospel today goes back to his hometown of Nazareth. And he had been in Capernaum, which was not that far away, and that's where he was preaching, and he was performing miracles there. And so when Jesus goes back to Nazareth, there's a lot of expectation that Jesus is going to perform miracles there as well. And he goes into the synagogue and he preaches there, and he talks about the fact that he's called to truly proclaim God's love. That quotation from Isaiah that we had last Sunday. And the people were excited because they thought he was going to be at their beck and call. That he would do what they wanted him to do. To act as they felt the Messiah should act. This gifted one. And yet Jesus says no prophet is acceptable in his own native place. And he doesn't act according to their expectations. And it's interesting that at the beginning of the reading it says that they were filled with admiration for Jesus. And then by the end of the reading they're ready to throw him off the cliff. They're totally ready to reject him because he doesn't live up to their expectations. Now, I always felt that was really strange, and that they could turn so quickly because he wasn't acting as they thought he should. But then I thought about my experience as a priest. And sometimes, maybe all too often, I've run into people who have been disappointed in God. Disappointed in how God has acted or not acted within their lives. And because of their disappointment in God not acting according to their expectations, they've tended to throw God overboard and say, I'm not going to pray anymore. I prayed and prayed and I didn't get what I wanted. They really came in with a misunderstanding. God never promised us the rose garden. It was great if he had, but he didn't. His promise is that he would be with us always. His promise was that he would give us the grace and the strength to bear anything that came our way. His promise was that he'd never abandon us. His promise was that whatever grace we need for eternal salvation, we will have. His promise was that evil would never have the final say, but rather good, life, love would have the final say. Those are the promises that God has made to us. Yes, we can have other expectations. We can have other hopes as we pray for one thing or another. But we should always remember what God has really promised us. And he's always faithful to his promise. He gives us the grace and the strength that we need. The power of evil will not overcome us. The power of evil will be conquered, just as the power of Jesus' death was overcome in the power of his resurrection. And so we are called to that act of faith, that act of trust in a God who loves us, doesn't always do what we want, but God who is truly always with us. That's the promise that God gives us. As was mentioned at the beginning of the Mass, this week we observe Catholic Schools Week. You know, in our parish we are blessed with many wonderful opportunities for our young people. Our School of Religion program for our students in public schools, our youth ministry program, as well as our Catholic school, our parish school. And truly, we are a blessed community. We have so many wonderful opportunities in which we can enable our young people to grow in their faith, their relationship with Christ. And during this day of celebration of Catholic schools, I just invite you to take a few moments to watch this video about our own school, because it's all of us together who make this possible.
I had this vision of what school should be. And I went to public schools and I went to Catholic schools, and I know it sounds sort of cliche, but when I got here, I knew that this is where we were supposed to be.
It's powerful and it's beyond words. I don't think I could talk endlessly about everything I love at this place. Everybody takes away something different that's positive.
It was kindergarten roundup. I was a train wreck of nerves, and everyone just started talking, and the people who already went to school here came in, and they were so friendly, and I just got this huge sense that it really was a community, and we already felt at home in the church, and it just moved right over to the school.
I would have to say I'm growing closer to God, and school is probably the confirmation preparation, because we've had such a great time learning about how to become a soldier of Christ, and how in high school a lot of big things are going to come at us, but here at Ascension I've really learned that I can tackle this with God.
My favorite subject is math. I really just like to do all the math problems, multiplication and division.
I think our faculty and staff are second to none. These teachers are dedicated, they're talented, they're the best at what they do. I think there are lots of places that can help your child on the path to achievement, but for us, these teachers are helping our children on the path to holiness.
These teachers are dynamic, they're passionate.
Good things, raise your hand if you think it was looking it straight up. Raise your hand if you think it was on the random. Raise the hand if it was the exact same.
My favorite part about this school is just how everybody's so nice and everybody's nice to each other.
This community has really helped our family grow together. It's fun to come to Mass on Sundays and see the kids that your daughter has been going to school with on throughout the week. They're truly our best friends, the parents and the kids in the crowd. So.
What is that? Man, what letter am I going to change? C. C. I'm going to make it C. Now spell it for me. C. A. N. Awesome. Would you write that on your paper?
You want the very best for your child. You want your child to have the best academic education and also the best spiritual formation to really help them prepare well for their future and for their life. And that's what we offer here at Ascension.
Our dinner conversations are about their school, about what they learned, specifically in religion class. They truly live their faith every single day, and they are such better people because of it. What is our ultimate goal in this earthly world? What else matters more so than our Catholic faith and to live it each day? What more could we possibly give our children than that?
We want them to grow academically, but we want them to grow spiritually. What I hope is that when they graduate, that they're proud of their faith and not have any qualms about saying, I am Catholic and I am proud.